Oh, okay.
The
Oh, right.
first sound that came through was the big
Hang on,
clap.
I put my...
I like that. Hello, everybody. Oh, I'm not wearing. Where are they? I think I've left them somewhere.
Shields your eyes.
Ah, fuck it. I'll go without. They're not on my desk. I don't know where they are. I'm imagining. Yes, because Matt's character is a cat. That's what, and that's how I think we should start. Is everybody introducing their characters? Because I haven't put your characters' names up on the screen, because I'll do that at some point. This is all just very rushed, haphazard overlay that I've done in the last hour and a bit, because I haven't had like 3 or 4 weeks to get ready. So it's fine. I think we'll go clockwise. So we'll start with Haunted, who's over here. My camera's mirrored. Thank you. Would you like to introduce your character?
Nah.
No?
Okay.
Okay, cool.
You gave it an option. So, yeah, I am Haunted Leg. I've been on here once before playing a Soviet pilot lady. Today I will be playing Dali, who is a puppet, which is a race in Pathfinder 2 that is basically a little haunted doll.
Not to be confused with the leg that is also haunted.
Yes, yes, I am a different haunted object today. Today I am haunted doll. Dali is about a foot tall, and just was a beloved creation of a child, but who was a halfling. That halfling child grew up and really wanted this doll to come to life. So she got her wish. And now Dolly is alive. The halfling girl is gone. And Dolly seems to be haunted by something. Dolly is also a summoner, and you will rapidly meet her favorite summons, sheep.
Okay. Apom,
That's Dolly.
Apom, would you like to introduce your character?
Apom, that's me.
Yes.
I am playing Simon, and he is about 2 foot if he's standing on his hind legs, and also 2 foot if he's standing on all fours. He is a ratman. He is a rat man. As you can see, he is more rat than man. In fact, the only man part about him is that he wears clothes. He's a rat. And also, he's got a brain that functions like a man, which allows him to be an inspector/detective, or a detective inspector, if you will. So this is Simon, the rat detective. Thank you.
Thank you for watching my presentation. Matt?
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Matt's Music House. You can just call me Matt. First off, this is not a character voice. I'm quite sick. This is the only voice I can do at the moment. We'll work on it for next week. In the meantime, just come to peace with it. I'm playing a catfolk inventor named Arnoldo Fizzwibizzle. That's more or less all there is to it right now. The backstory is nebulous and mysterious, and will be revealed in good time, I'm sure, and not when I've thought of it.
It will be revealed canonically.
Yes, exactly.
What are you, a cop?
Yeah.
You want to know my backstory?
Quite.
And I just want to say one more thing. Arnoldo's sheet didn't have equipment on it, so I just gave him clothes and his stuff required to build things, and I figure he can.
Yeah, that's literally all I want. I don't need
he
any
can make
other
his way from there.
equipment.
And
The rest of it is all invention based.
Yes.
Yes, hello. My character, first of all, is I think maybe 6'7" tall, which I remembered. My character's name is Andromache, but a lot of people call them Andy. They're a flesh warp magus, and like all of God's best creatures, I was sort of a medical mistake. And I'm covered pretty much head to toe in eyes and terrible skin lesions, and I don't have a nose. And Andromache is just kind of living their best life, trying to get the best at using the biggest sword possible. And that's about it.
Okay. So you've all come together in the city of Sared, which is basically a big town that's set up, that's built on the twin banks of a river, and there's like a bridge that's built between it, and people have basically built up on that bridge until the river's kind of goes underneath the city of Sared. It's a major port because the sea basically flows right into it, and nobody has any choice but to stop there. And it's, for lack of a better word, it's not a very nice place. The low town, which is where the poor and the disadvantaged live, is mostly flooded, and they tend to live in houses raised either raised on on stilts to keep them out of the water, and then there's bridges built between them, or just the top stories of old stone houses that were built down there many years ago before it flooded, and then abandoned by the rich people to go live in the higher parts of town. You find all of yourselves. I'm going to say that you probably aren't familiar with each other, because we'll find a reason to sort of draw you all together in classic role-playing style. You can all happen to be in the same area as once when the quest starts. And you find yourselves today in the Low Market. It's one of several feast days. The church in Sared has a lot of different saints that they either made up or just acquired from nebulous sources. And these saints all have a feast day, and basically that means go to the market, buy things, buy food, buy drink that you can't afford, get sloshed, go home, and then worry about it the next day. That's what all their feast days are about. And also, obviously, give as many coins as you can spare to the coffers of the Church of Sared. And so you're sort of...
Yes.
That's how it works. So you find yourselves in the Low Market, which is a very large sort of square that's centered around a statue. This statue is like an equestrian statue of some old king or duke or something. You don't really know much about the history of the city. It's very much like it's been conquered so many times. It's just layer upon layer of different cultures, to the point where hardly any of it really makes too much sense to you. And you just kind of you just know it's just a city. It's got inns. It's got places to gamble. It's got all the sort of things you need as an adventurer. So it's a good place to be between whatever adventure you might find yourselves on. So yeah, the marketplace is kind of bustling. There's a drunk over by the fountain singing a song, sort of half slumped over the stone railing around the bottom of the fountain that the statue is on. There's an apothecary selling potions that could be, working potions, or could just be water mixed with, colour. It's just brown and water. There's merchants selling food, quite a few of those. There's some town guards, or city watchmen, looking over the whole thing, but they don't seem to be all that interested. It's more like they kind of drew the short straw to come down here and watch over the feast day. So yeah, you can make your way around the square. You can do whatever you like. You happen to find yourselves relatively close to each other. So for people that are used to seeing, mostly humans and maybe some dwarves and halflings, because it's a fairly cosmopolitan city, but it's not that cosmopolitan. Finding a group of like you four who are probably the furthest thing from humans and halflings, or with the exception of Dali, who's a sort of a halfling, an honorary halfling, maybe.
A stolen halfling.
Yeah. So you find yourselves, in the square during the feast in the low market. How would you like to proceed? And I think we'll go around clockwise again. Or actually, we'll go counterclockwise this time because I went clockwise first time. And we'll say what you can just sort of say how you sort of interact with the market, and we can build up from there. So, Andy.
I think Andy would be really stoked about like taking in the sights. As much as Andy may be an incredibly tall child, they are also a fresh one. And I think they'd really want to go up to the statue in the middle and just kind of look up at it like, huh.
It's a massive statue.
Whoa.
Like it's 5 feet wide at the shoulders. It's huge. It's just this big. Yeah. So if you want to look at the statue, it's just a big statue of an armored guy in armor. You don't. Maybe if you want to roll your your academia lore, you might recognize him from a history book.
Let's have a squiz.
You've got that. We can just start rolling dice straight away.
Rolling them.
Roll them.
Academia lore.
Yeah. Should be down the bottom of your skills.
Yes. Okay. Click. Roll. Go.
I know no one can see the dice rolling, but I haven't set that up yet, so unfortunately.
It was a 14.
Yes, it was. Okay, so you recognise, you sort of vaguely recognise him. You know he was a human king. You know that his kingdom sort of owned these lands and was based out of. This was like the capital for that kingdom, maybe 300 years ago. You can tell that the statue, it gets cared for, but doesn't, like the plaque that sort of says who it is and all their details is long gone. So you just sort of recognize him from a wood cutting you saw in a book once. Yeah, and it's
which I read for the pictures.
Yeah, and it's kind of been polished and stuff. Like they take good enough care of it, but I think it's more a point of pride. It's just a nice thing to have in the middle of the square, and less of a actual thing that they know what it's commemorating. And when you're there, there's the drunk that's kind of there. He goes, you like a statue?
I like it very much, thank you.
Good.
Did you do this?
And he sort of looks at you and he sort of takes a long, 10-second before he says, yes.
You've done an incredible job.
Thanks. And then he falls asleep, left on the ground. Matt, how does Arnoldo interact with the town? Oh, I think your microphone's muted.
He's just making cat noises that we can't understand.
He's just meowing.
Is that better?
Yes, much better.
Hooray. Arnoldo, he takes a look around, and he sees this sort of scruffy-looking fella over here by the tarpaulin. And he thinks maybe over here might be some interesting things to add to his collection of knickknacks and gewgaws. I should mention, I suppose, probably worth saying that Arnoldo has 2 constructs, little sort of mechanical fellas that follow me around. One is a lot better than the other, but we're working on it.
They're like little dudes.
I'll wander over.
They're like
little clockwork dudes, yeah. Little clockwork dudes, yeah. Little mechanical.
And they draw quite the amount of attention. Like the townsfolk. They're not scared of them because they're worldly people, but they're
real clanky.
Yeah, but they kind of whisper amongst each other, and they're like, ooh, and they sort of they point at them like, oh, this isn't. They're glad that they came out today because it's a good day. Apparently, because you get to see some clockwork dudes just walking around in the market.
Sure.
They think he's part of the feast day.
You don't find too much of interest at the stall. He's mostly selling like fish and squids and things like that, which might be tasty for
That
you
is a shame.
as a cat folk. But
It's true.
but
Buy a
no-
fish.
All right, you buy a fish. He actually gives it to you for
It's
free
very
because
good.
he gives it to you for free because you're
Ah.
having like your clockwork guy sort of hanging around near his stall has drawn some people over to buy things, and he kind of hands you the fish and winks. It's like thank you.
Thank you very much, my
Just-
He
friend.
thinks it's a come on. He's like, oh.
Simon, what do you do in the square?
Well, Simon, he's just a very curious individual, and he sees these two layabouts just standing down there.
It's a mother and a
He
child.
approaches them. Yep. And he tugs on the shirt of the child. And
The
says,
child sort of
"Hello."
looks down and goes, ah! And like screams and hides behind the mother. It's like, a rat! It's a rat!
Yes, it's true. I am a rat. It's me. I'm a rat. I was just curious as to how your fine selves are enjoying the festivities here in this town.
Is it, and like the mother kind of like gets between you and the child. So the child kind of stays behind the mother and the mother keeps a distance and says, is it some sort of were rat? Don't get bitten. Stay back, Toby.
I'm not gonna bite you. I'm not a bitey individual, ma'am. I was just curious. I just wanted. I'm Simon. What's your name?
Magda?
Oh, say again. I couldn't quite hear you.
Magda?
Magda. Well, that's a mighty fine name, if I do say so myself, madame. How long have you lived in this neighborhood? Tell me about yourself.
My whole life.
Oh, well, that's fun.
It's not. It's flooded.
Oh yeah, that's right. Things, lots of water. You know, as a rat folk myself, I want you to know that there is a common phrase that some people might look like a drowned rat, and I want to tell you, I empathize. It's not nice to be flooded out everywhere.
I've had
when you
swamp
get
fever 3
submerged in
times.
water, it becomes awful.
Yes. Can we help you, Mr. Rat?
My name is Simon. You don't need to call me Mr. Rat.
Okay. Simon?
I was just curious. I just wanted to know how you're doing. That's all. I won't
People in our
take
town-
any more of your time.
People in our neighborhood usually know how to mind their own business.
Well, I'm not from around here, and I'm a very curious cat. Well, of course, I'm not a cat.
You're
My
a
friend
rat.
over there is a cat, but I am not a cat.
Oh my god, a cat! A cat man!
Well, it seems to be a very eventful day in this here village.
He's got
Thank you
the
very much
Clockwork
for your
Man.
time.
And they walk,
and,
while you're talking, they sort of just walk away to look at the Clockwork Men near Arnoldo. Dali, what do you do?
So I imagine Dolly is over by one of these market stalls.
Yes.
I think this is a stall.
Yes, it is.
Dolly, because she looks like a little doll, often will use that to her advantage. And will sit amongst shopkeepers' wares and just kind of grab things.
Little thief.
So
dog.
she will probably be doing that. Don't know if successfully or not.
Well, do you want to?
Is this also like the fishmonger's stall?
Yeah, well, fish and various seafoods, because they're right on the water, so they just pull out whatever.
Grab a
floats.
crab.
They just grab. You can grab a crab. If you want to give me a thievery check, we can see if you grab a crab.
I can do this thing. In theory. That's fine. All right, there we go.
Did you click it? Oh, there we go. Cool. You you go to sort of reach for the crab, but I'll describe what happens. You have the crab in your little doll hands, and the merchant kind of boost my audio. I can do that. The merchant kind of sort of turns to look at you while you're holding the crab, and assuming you're just like a doll and not a living thing, kind of like plucks it out of your hand and puts it back in the barrel, like, oh, it fell out, and just kind of goes back to selling fish.
Crab.
Do you not let go of it? Or is he like, he tries to pull it out of your hand and let the doll sit?
I mourn. Crab.
The crab is, unfortunately, the crab has been taken from you by the merchant.
But,
I
like,
imagine
the claw
I
falls off. And he uses it
I
as a
might
weapon.
keep doing this until I get caught and just am chucked across the square.
So as you're sort of... Sorry, what was that?
I imagine that's a lot of Dolly's life.
Stealing crabs. As you're kind of making your continued efforts to steal a crab, the man is one of the townsfolk is sort of standing over by a well, and he says he's like, oh, something smells awful, and then he looks to the fish merchant that you're all standing around, except for Dully and Arnoldo are standing around, and says, oh, your wares smell awful today, fishmonger, and he starts to laugh. But as he's laughing, there's like a awful sort of like slopping sound, like something gelatinous, like slapping against stone. And from the well emerges a large pile of like slime that's kind of moving on its own. And as it sort of sloths out of the well, it splits off into two separate sort of goops, and begins to sort of lunge towards the townsfolk, and the other one starts to sort of ooze in the direction of the food stall. And if you guys are willing to face off against them, that would be a combat start. If you are willing, unless you want to, and you could run away. Perfectly fine to run away when shit hits the fan.
No, I will face it like I face all my fears.
Okay.
Protect the fish.
Protect the fish.
I get crab.
Right, so I'm just putting the action state on. Just a little behind the scenes. I'm putting the action state on these characters so they can all be included in the initiative roll. And now, when I click the...
Oh, wait.
What's this? If I click roll all, you should all have initiative slots. Yes!
Fuck, that was loud.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know his knee.
So, the first person to go is the commoner lady here, who immediately sort of grabs her child, like lifts them up, and carries them away.
Throws them.
Aw, what a good mom.
And carries them over here. So she doesn't move as far because she's carrying a child, but she carries the child with her in this direction. The ooze begins to ooze in Arnoldo's direction, and seeing a tasty cat man lashes out, like the slime kind of forms like a tentacle, and it whacks at you. So that's, let me test this out and see if it goes okay. It's a 19, so we check your AC, which is 16, so he hits you. So now we roll his damage, I believe. So that's so yeah, it's 7. If you click yourself, or I can do it for you and just click damage, it'll automatically apply the damage for you. So he slaps you with his tentacle, and it kind of, so I've applied your damage, and he slaps you with the tentacle. Not only does it like kind of bludgeon you like a club, but you also feel like this residual slime kind of sizzling and burning through your clothes. Like acidic.
Oh no, I've been slimed.
Help me. Now it's Dali's turn.
Wonderful. I steal a crab.
Well, the merchant is not paying
Just
attention, so he's perfectly. That'll be one of your actions. So the way that the action economy works is you all have 3 actions. It's like 3 actions that you can do. Some things like spells might take 2 of those actions to do. Some really complicated actions might take all 3 of them. But most things like an attack, like a strike with your weapon or stealing a crab, would just take the one action. So you've still got 2 more things, like you could move, or you could, but you've got a giant crab like tucked into your doll pocket now.
Just holding a crab. I am going to, with my second action, ready my. I have this lovely felt cape.
Yes.
In a dashing, like violet color that I will wrap around myself and crab. And then I'm going to hide behind a fish.
Okay, so you.
And
Why
that
does the crab need to hide?
Well, all right. So
because crab.
keep crab safe. Yeah. So you're immediately hiding behind the fish cart here, away from the deadly acidic pseudopods of the ooze. Simon, what do you do?
Now, how
can-
far can I move?
25. So 5, 10, 15, 20. So if you use this little ruler thing, I can
How do
show
I
you.
do that?
Like that's 25. That's 30.
Can
So
I want to move down here. And does that
So
take
you
up
can
my
move.
whole
You can move
action?
about here. No, that's just one.
Okay.
Well, you can use another action to move further.
Well, I was wondering, is it possible for me to just use my second and third to climb down here and then just hide in the barrel?
Fuck you! Yeah, you can. Yeah, you jump into the barrel and you are now hidden. So I can give you a.
I love our group.
Hang on. Let me. Is there a hidden? I'm trying to find it. Sorry, I'm just looking for the hiding.
Cries
You don't-
hiding, just to see what it feels like.
Yeah, just
So he
to,
can
you know,
make
to
the roleplay
immerse
more
himself.
immersive.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, what would it be like to be inside of a barrel?
That's really
I'll set you as kind of invisible as you kind of are at the moment. Okay, so
He
as
jumps into the
the
barrel and
as
turns
the
invisible.
two small cowards run and hide, the commoner that sort of like screamed about he sort of takes a swing at the one that's nearest to him, that's kind of oozing towards him to try and kill him. He picks. He's got like a sickle for like harvesting grain, and he swings that at the thing. He gets a 9, which I don't think will hit. Oh, it does. Congratulations, congratulations, commoner. Maybe you should join the party. He does.
Got a job.
He does 3. Yeah, he slashes a bit of it off, like not a great deal, but like a little lump of slime is caught by his sickle and flies through the air. And he's like, yes, I am a hero. And then
The piece of slime lands in the barrel
Yeah.
that Apom's hiding in.
and the ooze just kind of swings a pseudopod at him in response, and Jesus Christ, does a lot of damage. Or not a lot. Well, we don't know how much damage he does yet, but he does quite a bit. He does 10. Okay, so he does 10 to the. He hits the commoner for 10 points. And the commoner is basically like, the commoner's like, haha, I did it! And the ooze kind of grapples him with one of its tentacles and drags it into its oozy form, and you can hear the guy you can hear the guy's muffled screaming as he dissolves into nothing, or into a half skeleton, and he is dead.
Which half of the skeleton?
That's important.
The top half, his legs are flesh still.
Okay.
So Arnoldo, what are you going to do?
I want you to imagine as Arnoldo puts up his fists like that,
Yes.
Both the clockwork little fellas also, they're about half my size, they're about 2 feet tall. They also do that, and they start sort of doing a little boxer's dance with a clanky motion. 3 actions, right?
Yeah.
I would like to first of all use overdrive in order to enhance my own fighting ability.
Okay.
And do I just click on that in the class features?
I'll just check because I haven't. I'm sort of just learning this myself. I think if you just click it. Oh, I clicked it by accident. Sorry. Yeah. So you have a bevy of smaller devices on your invention. When it's necessary, you can throw them into overdrive to assist you in combat.
A crafting check.
Yeah. Okay.
I click that and then click roll.
Ooh, 19.
That's a 19.
So the DC is 15, so you succeed.
Effect success, so I
Yep.
can throw that on. Duration 1 minute, sustain, etc. So if I hit that, 1 minute does that do it automatically? We'll find out if it does
Yeah.
automatically.
If not, we can just add it manually.
Does that? Yeah, that'll be fun. And I would like both myself and my... can I have both of them or just one? No, I've used an action.
Yeah, I think it would just be the one.
One action to command each. Cool.
Yep.
Okay, so my best boy then, myself and my best boy will take a hot punch at this slime.
Like you both punch at the same time, just like standing next to each other.
Yeah,
with the same...
one on each side. We're
A fatherly love
boxing
to
where
crunch.
Yeah, where its slime ears would be, we're going to box them.
Okay.
They go, back to the well, you foul beast. Get away
It sounds
from
like
my
Antonio
lovely fish.
Banderas.
That's the idea, yes. I think all cats sound like Antonio Banderas. I don't know why. I think it's probably Shrek.
I approve of this.
Okay, unarmed strike. Roll.
Okay, so that's a 10, so you hit him.
Hooray.
So you just roll your damage for your unarmed strike. And he will take that damage.
Yeah. I haven't got a construct character sheet on here, but as it turns out, we have the same amount of damage.
Oh, good. You can just roll again for yourself then.
Yeah, I also don't think that added my overdrive
Oh,
extra
okay.
damage.
So how much extra damage is that?
It's equal to half my intelligence modifier.
Okay, so what's that? Because I'll just add it to him manually.
Intelligence is +2, so it's +1. It's +1 damage.
Okay, so I'll bring him down to 35. Yep. Yep.
And we'll go again for...
That's another hit.
A construct. Roll damage.
He get overdrive as well?
Oh, I haven't... he does not get overdrive.
Okay.
No, I think it's just me.
Alright, so he's...
He does not deserve overdrive.
So you pump...
I just don't think
The ooze is still...
needs to be attached to me.
The ooze is still, like, functional, but you are, like, pounding it with your fists and really laying into it, and, like, you're tearing bits of it off.
Sure.
You're
I haven't named either of my constructs yet, by the way, so if anyone in chat has any good names...
I'm also just picturing them like the little pit droids in Star Wars that help to fix all the
Yeah,
pod
the ones
races.
that
That's
fall
but they're
off
more or
just
less
their
exactly
heads.
what it is.
yeah, they're really like dumb as well. Just-
So, kind of to join Arnoldo, the fish merchant kind of disregards that a crab has been stolen and runs around his cart to attack the ooze. And I believe the ooze becomes flat-footed as a result, because I think you get advantage when you can fight like that. Although, forgive me if I'm wrong, because I'm still learning the system. I was hoping that Haunted could correct me if ever I'm wrong about things.
I mean, it's been a while since I've played Pathfinder 2. And by a while, I mean when it first came out.
Haunted's like, no, actually, I stole 2 crabs, and that's in the rulebook. So if you steal one
yep.
crab, you
You know,
get
the crab rules.
+1 spell casting attack.
So I think I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. Okay, he's just going to take a swing with his fist. But he misses. Although I feel like he should hit because he's got the advantage, but I don't know how it works, so I'm just going to have to say he misses. I am sorry, anyone that knows Pathfinder very well, because I know that there's a rule for it, but I can't remember what it does.
I think if you're on opposite sides
Yeah.
with someone else, you get a +2 to hit.
Okay, well then he hits because that would put him right on the AC, so he's gonna hit. I think that's fair. That sounds good. I'm gonna go with what you said. You want to?
We're making up our own system now.
Pathfinder 3. So the ooze takes
fast and
further
loose.
damage. He basically runs around the cart, Arnoldo, and you see the merchant just like kick the ooze, start stomping it, like fuck you, ooze. It's like you get a feeling that maybe this happens more often than than not. So
They're like the New Yorkers of Old Town.
Andy, it is your turn.
It's a fucking wonder I even get to go at all, because the only person that didn't beat me in initiative was
It's
the child. that got pulled away.
But 2 of us didn't do shit.
Also true. Andy is.
You could get there with
fucking
2
always ready for
actions.
action.
Yeah.
Do I have to though? Because Am I able to? Could you tell me the range on one of my cantrips?
Let me check. It should be in your spells book. If you click
Range.
I think if you click the little info thing, it will tell you details. Yeah. So your electric arc is 30 feet. Is that the one you were looking at? And command is 30 feet as well. They're both 30 feet.
Arc.
And the others.
So that means
yeah, you'd have to move.
I can only move 25 feet.
Yeah, you can only move. I think your movement's 25 feet. I think that's standard.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to use one of them to move 25 feet, which is here. So I can...
Yep.
Oh boy, there we go. And then let's quickly check the distance on that. Yes.
30. You can hit the ooze.
Bang on 30. So Andy, who is always fucking ready for action, despite how much it might backfire, I think, especially because these enemies are in close proximity to other people who aren't doing anything
You're
wrong.
using a spell that's known for like arcing between people.
Yes. I just turn around like, huh,
So an arc of lightning leaps from one target to another. You deal electricity damage equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting modifier.
let's have the go.
Oh, so it says you can target 1 or 2 creatures, so you don't have. It's not necessarily gonna hit one of the others. You can just make it, but I think they have to be next to each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they're close enough to get both of them?
Yeah, I would say so. That's the damage. Does it not have a roll to hit, or is it just hit? Is it like Magic Missile where it just hits?
Fuck, that would be cool, but
Magic Missile is cool, but it also does fuck all damage, which is why it can hit. So let me check.
That's my shtick.
I think it's a reflex save from memory.
Ignore the thing that rolled my damage for me because I didn't take any.
Oh yeah, so they get a reflex saving throw. So they've got to make it, otherwise they get hit. Okay, so I mean they're piles of goo, so their reflex is not great.
Yes.
So they're gonna make a. Yeah, you hit him. So he gets zapped.
Yes!
He gets zapped with the 5. And the other one's gonna make a similar reflex save.
This one's like the fucking Jackie Chan of slime, though.
No, I think your DC is higher than 11. Let me just double check. Yeah, your spellcasting DC is 12, so he just manages to get fucking blasted with the electricity. But he does almost Jackie Chan out of the way. So he's got taken 5 points of damage as well. And
I'm humbled by the experience.
we come around again to the child who just continues to
He's
run.
held.
Continues to run as far as they can.
took me a long time to realize the skull was that person dead and wasn't like a cool Halloween costume.
His Halloween costume's really cool. He looks like he was eaten by a slime. It's so cool.
It's excellently done.
So on this round, we roll the 2 watchmen in because they arrive. So the first watchman charges across the square. He's gonna use his whole turn to move. So he's gonna basically put himself here. He's hurtling across the. God damn it! He hurdles across the. He's like stop slimes!
Real 80s there.
Fuck these slimes!
He says that.
Yeah, the commoner continues to run with the child. This ooze.
Child's like, fuck the slimes.
This ooze being stomped on by the merchant turns to take. Oh, I killed it by accident. It's not killed. Takes a swing at the. It's going to take one swing at the merchant with that one, and that's a critical hit. Okay, so he does critical damage to the merchant. Well, you're lucky it wasn't you. 8 damage. So he lashes out with his pseudopod and strikes the merchant, who is basically his head, his neck dissolves and his body collapses without a head on it. So the merchant is slain. So you're kind of standing there, Arnoldo, with your construct as the merchant's head is like lobbed off by an acid tentacle, and the ooze kind of takes another attack because he's not moving to try and hit you, but he is disadvantaged because he's taking multiple attacks. So he rolls a 20 anyway, so he hits you anyway. Fuck this ooze! This ooze is a
fucking
yeah
doing work.
Beast mode
the
ooze.
Jackie Chan ooze?
Yeah, no, this is the ooze that you easily zapped.
Okay. I made it more powerful.
He does 5 damage to you. So you've taken how much damage?
Electric powers
Yeah.
now.
I didn't set your.
I've taken what? 12 damage. So
12 damage. Okay, so you are at
5.
5 damage. Okay, sorry, because I hadn't set
HP.
your health up properly, so you were on 0, which you shouldn't have been. I'm gonna make sure I'll set everyone's health now, just so they're all set up properly.
I'll put it up now.
Not that I'm concerned about Simon and Dali getting involved, but okay. So the ooze is doing work over there. The other watchman, he also chooses to sprint over in that direction. It really is. So he goes. Yeah, he
Can
goes.
send it.
He's gonna run to
Slime
the.
crime.
Yeah, this is the special slime squad of the city watch. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, the slime ball.
We know that smell.
The biggest mullets. The biggest mullets. The biggest
They're
chest
just so
hats.
greasy.
It's now Dali's turn. You've got your crab. The merchant who owned the crab is dead, so cannot take the crab from you.
No, no for the taking.
If anyone had looked over, they would have noticed just a crab leg hanging out of Ajali's mouth.
You don't have internal
Sucking
organs,
up my
Dali. You've just got
How are
stuffing.
you eating that?
It's gone.
They see it
Every
happen,
once in a while, you'll see
Dali-
some wiggling in the belly.
Just a crab
Dali
leg.
kind of puts her hand on her mouth like she can see it. And like, what the fuck?
Then Dali will pull out some like purple runic mist will appear on Dali's not really fingers. She has just kind of
Mittens.
hands, paddles,
Stuff.
and she'll start drawing some runes just on the top of this merchant's counter until there's a nice circle ritual area, and she will then go, sheep! And a giant sheep, well, not giant, a normal sized sheep, giant compared to Dolly, will appear sparking just a tad.
Okay, so I'm just going to have to grab a sheep out of the bestiary, I think. And... Is it just a regular sheep? Just a regular old sheep?
I have the stats for it. It's in however you pronounce Indolian, that thing. Eidolon. I'll say it confidently and we'll go with it. Eidolon. Okay, that one.
Okay. So they're in your sheet. I don't know how to produce this.
I don't know how to find them on the sheet. I just have the numbers.
Okay. Well, let's just roll them manually because I don't know how to produce a sheep.
You don't know how to produce a sheep.
I'll create it.
Mummy
that
sheep
and the
daddy sheep love each other very, very much.
Well, I'll know for next time to create sheep and construct, so they can. Yeah. So where does the sheep appear? And I'll find something I can use.
Just on top of the counter.
Okay. So I'm going to use this sheep, but it doesn't have the same stats. Oh shit, that's a very big one.
What?
That's too big. That's too big to be
That's
the
a
sheep.
sheep, alright. I've never seen a more sheep-like thing.
That's too big to be the sheep. It's the only thing that had sheep in its traits.
Wow.
So,
I messed up when summoning that time.
you know what? I'm just going to use a guard dog, and it's called a sheep. So it appears on the counter here, which is like here.
Charlie's like, this happens so often you don't even know.
That's the second character.
Hang on, I'll just give it a name. Sheep. Quotation
Sheep
mark.
is its name.
Oh, I didn't hit enter. Fuck, I'm an idiot.
A suspicious sheep.
Okay, so what does the sheep do?
And it takes my 3 actions to summon it, but when it is summoned, it gets 1 action. I think it will probably go bah! Very angrily and sadly because it knows its fate.
So its action is to complain.
Yeah.
It's a blue sheep.
Yep.
Okay.
That's sheep.
Right. Well, I'm gonna give it initiative, I guess.
Probably gonna get fucking higher than me.
It did.
Shit.
It sure did.
Sheep.
Simon, what do you do from inside the barrel?
Now, Simon is an unveiler of the truth, not a purveyor of combat. So, what he does is he stays within his barrel and, like, you know how often in cartoons and stuff barrels will have like a little hole?
Yeah, a little
in
knot
them?
hole. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just gonna sit out there and observe it and take a quill and some parchment, which I believe are in his detective kit, and just transcribe everything he's seeing. Slime, appearing sheep, rolling crab, man, and the slime squad, etc., etc.
Okay.
Simon's just waxing lyrical by himself in this little barrel.
Not a euphemism.
Okay, so Simon hangs out in the barrel. This oozes, quite appropriately, towards the city watchman and takes a slash at him with its pseudopod. And it rolls a 24. Why are these oozes doing so fucking well?
It's because of the electric attacks, I'm so sorry.
You've empowered
That's how
the
electric
ooze.
used to work in like 80s movies and give people power.
You've empowered the ooze. God damn it.
I'll do it again.
Okay, so what happens? It lashes out at the guard and slices, like, his arm off, but it's not his spear-carrying arm. And he kind of hisses through his teeth and he's like, I'll get you, you fucking slime! Arnoldo, it's your turn.
They've really got the banter down.
Like, they missed banter training. They just kind of wing it.
Yeah. Went straight to slime training.
Sure.
Yep.
I'm quite badly hurt, so I'm not just going to go, I'm quite badly hurt. Do a back.
So you can spend an action
do a-
point to. I think you can spend an action point to disengage, so it doesn't get like an attack of opportunity on you. Or is that just D&D? I'm assuming Pathfinder would have it because Pathfinder is
I don't know.
3.5.
I believe it's an action to do
so
that.
yeah, if you,
maybe.
to get away from him, you can just spend an action point, and then you can use the remainder of them to run off.
Yes, that's fine. So I just want to do a cool backflip onto the top of this market
Okay.
I'm
stall.
thoroughly injured, but I will be doing a cool back.
Yes, but I will do a backflip.
Backflip,
Okay,
yes.
so put yourself on top of the market
Priorities.
stall.
Sure thing. Do you want me to roll?
No, I think it's fine. I think rule of
Backflip.
cool. You're disengaging, and with that
Good
disengaging, you flip onto the top of a market stall.
And then once I'm up there, I would like to point at the slime and go, "Explode to meet you," and then use explode.
So what does tell us what explode does, so I know. Does it make him explode, or does it make your?
Makes him.
No, you intentionally take your innovations beyond normal safety limits, making them explode and damage nearby creatures.
Makes Arnaldo explode.
Fuck, that would be a power move. He just explodes.
I hope that I would get both of them, but unfortunately this slime has moved out of range. But I'm going to explode both my innovations
Okay.
for 2d6
Okay.
fire damage each.
Is it a reflex save for the slime to get out of the way?
I'm looking now.
Watch out for that fucking quick one, they'll get you.
Basic reflex save, yes.
Yeah. Well, his reflex saves are shit, so we should be fine.
Oh no, I don't know.
Oh no, it's so low. You definitely blow him up. How much damage? So 2d6 for both of them.
Yeah, so 4d6.
Yeah, let's go with where's the, how do I roll manual?
Both my little robot guys just explode a lot.
So you're not like casting explosion, you've just sent your dudes in.
He made his
Explode
dudes
the dude.
explode. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I don't
Fuck!
have magic,
Teach Dali.
guys.
just makes them explode. I don't know how to do a manual roll. Why is it no options for manual rolls? Can you roll it off your? Let's see if I can roll it off your sheet.
Let's see if I can. I don't have. I think I need separate character sheets for both my innovations, so potentially not.
2d6. Well, let me just roll them somewhere else and do it that way. 4d6. 11. Okay. So he takes 11 damage, which puts him down to there. So like a big chunk of the slime is blown away by your two innovations exploding, and it's very badly, in a very bad way, but still sort of lurching along.
He's resilient to fucking slime.
So now it is Andy's turn.
How close am I?
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah, within running distance of this one, not the other one.
Yeah. I'd like to bust past the two slime guys. What are they called? Sorry,
They're guards.
the
They're
slime
not. They're not slime guys. They're policemen.
watchers. Call them slime guys. And I want to fucking blast this slime with my greatsword, please.
Do it. Kill
I'm
that
just
slime.
Making okay, greatsword. Click it, roll it. I love it, believe it.
You hit it. So do some damage now.
No.
Oh, got to damage it.
It
Now.
doesn't give me an extra bit to roll damage.
No, you click on go back into the thing where you click to roll it, and you see how you've got damage like next to it, like a blue bar that says there. 6. Okay, so you hit it for 6 damage.
Fuck yeah. I'm like, move out of the way, game.
Yeah, you slice the top of its like slimy head off,
Yes.
and it sort of just goes at you. And
That's what
once
I knew you'd
more,
say.
once more, the child runs. Oh, sorry. The mother hasn't run yet. Okay, so now we're back to the top of the order, and at this injured city watchman who's missing an arm that's been torn off by the slime, unwilling to go down, attacks with his spear, jabbing it at the slime, and he hits the slime, which is a good outcome for that spear thrust. So now we do his damage. He stabs the slime with his spear, and he's like, "Aha, slime!" And he's going to take another hit with a penalty because he's not moving anywhere. It still hits, so he takes another attack. Does more damage. So he's just. Actually, I think he can do one more, but it'll be even more. So he's going to give it a shot. He's just. Oh shit! He got a critical. He's just
a gambling type.
This guy's just fucking stabbing the shit out of the. Would that wouldn't count as critical
we're
damage?
not needed.
Yes, NPCs have you been building?
Yeah.
Right.
And he's just getting like sprayed by excess slime.
Yeah, this guy. So this guy with one arm, you're watching him stand next to you, Andy, and he's just like, just like stabbing it over and over again with his spear, and like chunks of slime are flying into the air, and everyone's kind of like looking on, like, oh my god. He's like, fuck you, slime. And the sheep is now in play. It's the sheep's turn.
It looks like usually I and Sheep will act together because we share my actions.
Yes. Oh, okay. So we'll then
Yep.
I'll wait till your turn then, because Sheep doesn't get an action
Yep.
yet.
We'll let Commoner do stuff.
Yeah, the mother runs away with the child some more.
Riveting stuff.
And now the other ooze, sort of lacking anything to attack, lumbers over towards Andy and lashes out with a pseudopod.
You fucking would.
For 17, what's your AC, Andy? 14, so he hits you. He hits you, does 9 damage to you. But you have a lot of health because you're a big man.
I'm so tall.
Yeah.
All is the three of us combined.
Yeah.
And the other watchman who hasn't been hurt says, sort of holds out a hand towards you, Andy, and says, "Leave this to me." And he lifts up his spear, and he says, "By the power of the Sarhead City Watch, I banish you!" And he stabs it with his spear.
Holy shit, I hope he loses.
I really do.
Did he go full Thunder's Cat?
Yeah, and he hits! He strikes! And he's gonna...
These guys are so cool.
Well, they had to come into hell. Yeah, it's like...
Can we follow their party?
So the ooze takes, and he strikes again. He does doing the same thing. Their strategy seems to be run up to the ooze and just stab it repeatedly with a spear. There seems to be very little art to what they're doing. But
They do it with heart.
The second one he misses, and he gives it one more shot just to make sure, and he misses again. So he basically he stabs it, but then he sort of goes off and he just starts stabbing the merchant's corpse, which is on the other side of it, just over and over again. And now it is Dali's turn.
So I will be giving Sheep 2 of my actions.
Yep.
The first will be to, I don't think I can move Sheep, to go stand on this corpse.
Okay.
Yep. It's Sheep. And then, with its hooves, trample the slime a bit.
Okay, so what's the roll
And-
for that? Just
Yep, so it would be +6, but I think +2
Okay.
for flanking as well.
yeah, so it definitely hits. I rolled it.
Excellent.
I rolled it on my thing here because I don't have a thing to roll for it here.
And
Yep.
damage would be a number, I'm sure.
One of them numbers.
Yeah. Not listed. So D4, D6, your call?
Let's go with the D6 because it's a magic sheep. So
Okay.
It's got
I
some
want the
power.
sheep to win
And
so
then
badly.
if it's plus strength, then +4.
So 1d6 plus 4. Okay, let's roll that. 8. So...
And that's electrical damage.
Okay, so the ooze is electrified by the sheep, and the sheep, you all watch on in shock and awe as the sheep basically tramples the ooze into nothing until it's like just nothing but left but a puddle on the ground, and the ooze is slain.
Sheep gives a kind of relieved until it sees the other slime. Meanwhile,
Dolly's like, there's still one left.
no, Dolly is going to use the final action of our crew. And is there money in this stall?
Yeah, there would be, yes.
I would like it.
Okay. You find about two gold pieces, basically. When you add up all like the change you found, it equals about 2 gold pieces. He's like a fish and seafood seller. He doesn't have much, and he's dead, so it doesn't really matter.
No, mine now.
Is it truly evil if they're dead?
You're so right.
Yeah.
It's not. Actually legal, I think, at this point.
Simon, what do you have to say about all of this in your barrel?
Well, Simon has realized now that everyone's sort of crowding around the slime, he thinks to himself, I can't quite make a proper picture of how things are going at the moment. So what he decides is that he's going to climb out of the barrel, move his way across the pond, and use all 3 of his actions, climb atop the statue so he can get a better vantage point to watch the action unfold and keep writing about what's happening.
Simon is watching from on top of the giant statue in the center of the square. So what? It's now the ooze's turn. The ooze lashes out at the other guard that stabbed its friend, or stabbed it too so much. So it lashes out with one of its pseudopods. And the guard sort of dodges out of the way and it's like, ha-ha! Stupid ooze, you can't kill me. And meanwhile, he's got one arm, and he's like got one arm missing, and he's like, you can't kill me, ooze.
The Black Knight always triumphs.
And the ooze, being tenacious, uses its other 2 attacks to try and hit him. Misses with that one, and keeps missing. Basically, he's lashing out at him with pseudopods, and he's just like, with one arm and his spear in the other hand, going, ha 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 ha! He seems to be overjoyed by the whole thing. It is now the turn of Arnoldo, who is standing on top of the fish stall.
I am. And also taking notes as I watch my innovations explode. I realize I should have rolled a flat DC 17 check for that, because it was an unstable action.
That's okay.
It was an unhinged action.
And if you don't make it, what happens?
Oh, the innovations become exploded. Otherwise, they're fine.
So you want to be low. I love that. You want to succeed. You want to get between 17 and 20. Because if you don't, then your robots become fucked up. Oh, okay.
They exploded, you see. But I make a couple check marks in my notebook and go, yes. And then I would like to use one action to get my innovation to use the little shoulder cannons to shoot whichever slime is left alive. I guess that's
That's all right. So what's the roll for that?
It's the same as his unarmed, so I'll just roll my own unarmed strikes again. It's all the same. It's all the same.
So that hits.
Hits, I assume.
Yep.
That's a 4 damage as the guy,
yes.
my little guy, with a big cannon on his shoulders goes, poof, and I imagine he falls over on his butt as he does it from the force.
Yeah, he just
shoots into the sky.
In the process, destroys the ooze, and the ooze is killed, and a triumphant cheer goes up from the guards. They're like, "Huzzah! We've killed the ooze! Thank you, strange cat man."
Andy probably
And
like,
sheep.
turns to them to be like, "Yes, high five also." And then,
Does the sheep vanish now, Haunted?
Nah.
It just kind of wanders.
It has no time limit that I can tell.
I just like the idea that it disappears after combat, so it's just like, it just disappears in a puff of smoke. Okay, so you've done it. You will notice, Andy, as the closest one, as the last slime dies, a skeletal hand, sort of, because it turns to like a liquid. It's no longer gelatinous, so it turns to a liquid, and flowing on that tide of filth and gross stuff is a skeletal hand with a bejeweled ring on it. And you can...
I reach out and grab it.
You grab the ring.
I can.
Yes.
I grab the whole hand.
Oh, you grab the whole hand. So you have a skeleton. You have a skeleton hand with a ring on it, a special shiny ring.
Yeah.
You don't know what it does.
Yeah, I don't want to take it off. I'm kind of looking at it, like shaking it around, and it's making like a maraca noise, like.
I like Clatter's suggestion that from now on the town will expect a grass sheep to appear if there's ever a problem. The guard's the guard that's still got his hand shakes Andy's hand, is like, "Well done," and then he sort of catches sight of your face with all the eyes. And he's like, awesome job. You've done a very good job, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I offer him the skeleton hand to shake.
He's like, "No, thank you. I don't need that."
Oh. In which case I turn to the sheep and I'm like, "You also did such a good job."
It has the most depressed and world-weary eyes you've ever seen on an animal.
I am brought to tears. All of the eyes on my body begin to leak.
The guy
It
goes,
buzz, and it sounds a bit like "Save me."
I feel like that's the moment when Dali should like push it back into its own dimension. Like, stop that.
I'll have a sheep come towards me where I have another crab under my cloak.
Gets around. She rides it like a horse.
It is. I will climb on top of sheep with my crab.
I promise to get a proper sprite and sheet for the sheep, so it's not just guard dog with an angry man's face. So yeah, you've done that. You've succeeded. You've gotten 2 gold coins from the stall and a ring of something that does something that Andy found.
And a hand.
Oh, and a skeletal hand. Yes. And the guard sort of like looks to his friend with the missing arm and says, "Do we need to get you to the apothecary?" And the other guard says, "No, I'm fine. I want to revel in my glory." And he sort of goes over to the puddle that was the slime that he was stabbing and just sort of starts splashing in it with his boots, like, "Ha ha 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 ha." And the other guard just kind of seems to just sort of turns to Andy and says, "Oh, so you must be very potent adventurers to have made such short work of these slimes."
I've been described as potent before.
Usually they kill 3 or 4 guards a week.
Well, from my calculations, we only lost 2 people today, which is
They're
good.
They're peasants. That's fine.
Oh.
We get so many of them. They come in through the gates all the time.
Andy just kind of starts to unsheath their greatsword.
And the guard's like, "I wouldn't. There's plenty more of us."
They're calculating, and then they put it away, and they're like,
Anyway.
This happens often to you?
Well, yes. Ever since they cancelled the. Well, they didn't cancel it, but we used to have a squadron of guards who would go down to the drownings and clear them out, but they've stopped people have stopped taking up the posting, and we can't talk anybody into it, and there's not enough money to pay them to do it, so no one goes down to the drownings to clear out the more aggressive monsters, and if the more aggressive monsters are down there, they scare everything else up here, like the slimes.
They're like plumbers. Like those
Yes.
those brothers who are the plumbers.
Yes.
I've
Yeah.
met them before.
Captain Mario is the leader.
And his brother Luigi.
Oh, he doesn't have a brother.
Oh.
His brother died.
His brother.
Is that what the
His brother was
fountain
killed last
statues
year.
are?
I'm so sorry to hear that.
He's a ghost now.
Yeah.
Haunts mansions.
Yeah. Don't be jealous of him.
Yeah.
He haunts mansions now. It's so nice. I wish I could haunt a mansion.
Climbing down off from the market stall, going, well, this all sounds very dumb, but I'm very badly injured. Somebody please help me.
And
We could.
Andy kind of points like, oh my goodness, that cat is speaking human language.
And the guard says, yes, he's a
I am
cat folk.
talking cat. It's very cool.
We've heard of them.
I tend to
But also, I am on. If there was some sort of meta game being played here, I would say I'm on about 5 hit points.
Ooh. How do you qualify life as hit points, Mr. Cat?
It's just a thing I do. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, the Leron, the apothecary, is just over there. He could maybe treat your wounds, or he may have a potion for you.
That would be.
He's on the other side of the square. You see a man, like an old man in a red cap and cape, just kind of wave at you. Who hasn't done anything this entire fight? He's just been standing in wait, still like, hi, hello,
I respect this man.
hello, injured
Go
cat.
and see this Leon.
Not Leon,
I'll
Leron,
go and see
different.
this Leon.
There's an R.
No,
I like to make a
no,
specification.
Would your friends like to come as well?
I start going over with sheep and crab.
Have I noticed? Did I notice Andy pick up the hand with the ring?
Yeah, you probably noticed that. He wasn't very subtle about it. He just kind of grabbed it.
Just. Oh, what is this? Before. Just coughing up a little bit of blood. I attend to myself. This is a very interesting shiny ring you have picked up. May I see?
Yes, as long as I get to keep the hand.
The hand is meat. I do not care.
There's meat? There's usually meat on this? Have I been scammed?
Yeah, you've got the wrapper.
Are there still the legs somewhere?
Yeah, the legs are over there by the well.
And then I'm kind of
Just
like,
in case you want them.
Do you have the ability to identify like mystical items, Arnoldo?
Almost certainly, I do not. No.
I do, I'm pretty sure.
I might.
One of my cantrips is...
I just like shiny things, and I wanted to look at it.
Is detect magic.
I just let me double check.
I think there might be an identify spell.
Yeah. But you could usually hire someone to do it for you. Oh, no, there's no identify.
I shan't.
Where is it? Where is this? I did have it a second ago. I was looking in the wrong spot. Nobody in chat say what I'm typing in because I don't want them to know what they've found.
Looking. Closing all of my eyes.
Not looking! I'm closing my buttons.
Yeah. You just pull them off your body like... Mr. Egghead-esque. What's it called? Mr. Potato Head, I mean. Egghead?
Yep. We'll go with Egghead now, yep.
Yeah, you know? Non-proprietary sort of dude.
Okay, so
This is Egghead. Miss Egghead.
so Arnoldo has
Gender
the ring at the
neutral
moment.
Egghead.
So if I drag and drop this on
Sorry.
Arnoldo, he will have it. Do you now have a ring?
Immediately takes 5 hit points.
He kills you. Yeah. It's a ring. It's a ring of instant.
Ring of
Yeah,
5 damage.
yeah. You have an unusual ring in your inventory now.
I've heard that before.
It's really
I love cursed rings in Pathfinder. It's one of my favorite things.
So I will give it sort of a flip in my hand and give it like a bit of a bite. Sort of just give it a little.
Well, it's just been in a
little
slime. Are you sure you want to bite it?
Yeah. It slips and then he
Yeah.
accidentally
Yeah.
swallows
You
it.
immediately
He's
get
like,
tetanus.
I'll deal with fantasy tetanus later.
Okay.
Does it appear to have like? Can I tell anything of it? Can
Well,
get
I
an
mean,
immediate
you're not a
sort of,
magician, but it looks
not.
very ornate, and you would imagine it's probably worth something. If it's, and it may even be magic, but you couldn't say for sure if it is.
Can I put it on my robot?
Yeah, but it doesn't really have an effect on the robot. You kind of put it on its little pincer, and it just kind of, it just starts sort of like, yeah, it just sort of just starts walking around with a little ring on its pincer, on its little pincer hand. Beep boop beep.
Let's make a little note. No effect on robot. Does anyone want to put this ring on? For science.
Are you near the alchemist or apothecary?
No, I'm over here by everyone else. Oh, fantastic! Thank you, little rat man.
Yeah, put it on.
I give my unusual ring to I show my unusual ring to Apom.
I take the ring.
Well, you are a cat, so I guess that like, that's kind of in character. So yeah, you put the ring on. So you put the ring on Simon, on Simon's little rat claw. The ring kind of
over his whole arm.
the ring kind of shrinks
It's
to
a bracelet.
fit. Yeah, the ring kind of shrinks to fit on his finger.
Yeah.
And it you immediately notice, Simon, what are you carrying in by you don't really have any weapons on you, do you?
I've got inspector gear.
Yeah. Inspector gear. The nebulous
I've got
Inspector
Inspector
gear.
Inspector Gear. That's Inspector Gadget's worst brother.
So you notice that Simon's like got like some sort of well-tailored leather armor that's kind of like that he uses as armor. And you notice when he puts this ring on, that armor disappears and just starts to look like his ordinary rat suit, basically.
He doesn't become naked.
Fuck. No, actually, no, because he doesn't have clothes on. No, you're right. His armor disappears and he becomes naked. So now there's a naked rat
it's a thing of
standing.
nudity.
I cover my eyes.
So now you're looking at
Make
this
a
naked
note.
rat
Ring
man.
of nudity.
Simon, how do you react to being nude?
Well, it's suddenly become a little bit drafty.
No, you still feel like you're wearing the armor.
Well, suddenly it's not become a bit drafty.
I'm noticing an absence of any draft.
Yeah, I'm feeling particularly fanciful because I like having a little bit of jewelry on me, but I don't notice anything significant other than maybe I feel a little bit more confident than I normally do, but the issue with that is I'm already supremely confident. I don't show it. So
Can I
feel
just
good.
say, as the American, it hurts that you can do this accent way better than I ever could.
I'm working really hard on it.
It's definitely not the first time I've used it. Simon, yes, he doesn't notice anything, but he feels just like a little bit of a sort of positive shift. Like if he kept wearing it, he'd be like, "I can walk into battle." And Simon's like, "That's a bit different for me because I, for one, am not a fighter. In fact, I'm a little rat. I'm a little rat man, and I don't like combat because I'm a rat. You know, I prefer to just."
And most people in a fantasy universe get their first experience points killing rats. So you're trying to stay out of it.
Exactly.
And the guard's like, I killed many rats when I was a boy.
I know. We remember.
I have
We keep tabs. We communicate.
I have a question about the sort of meta of this.
Yes.
Do you have big old rat balls?
Can we see it?
I do have big old rat balls, but they're covered in fur, so you know it's like two space hoppers, like big furry space hoppers. You know,
He's like, it's like he's got a little clutch, like a little clutch purse, but sort of
exactly.
Yeah,
where he keeps
like
his chain.
You're
Like-
not allowed
like
to
you
ever
see, like-
jump.
they sort of
Though that
follow
because
you
Apom's-
round like as you're walking about.
Yeah, I like because Apom's doing the voice. It sounds like Simon is like, if you can't see my balls, let me describe them to you. If they are there.
It looks like sort of just patches of fur that blend into the other fur that I got around there. Let me assure you, I am a ball haver, testicular
In which case,
possessor.
let's see.
Congratulations!
Man.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the
That's
square,
right.
the apothecary's like, "Hello, you still in here?"
I'd like to grab the potions and bring them over to Catman.
He's like, "Here you go, little." Like, even when you get right up to him, he's like, "Here you go, little puppet," and he puts like the potions, like in your little clapper hands.
He's shouting like he's hard
like,
hearing, maybe.
On the house, and he thumbs up. Slime
Thank
killing
you, man.
discount. Oh, you talk. I thought you were a trick.
We can go with that.
Okay, goodbye.
And I will make my way back to
Yep.
over here.
Are you still
on
riding
sheep.
the sheep?
Yeah.
Yes, I just can't move sheep.
Yeah. I'll just delete
assume
sheep
I'm
for
always
now,
riding
but assume sheep is there.
Yeah.
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 Yep. Dali has potion for Catman.
I take one distracted. I go, yes, thank you, puppet lady. Ratman, I can see your big rat balls. Ratman, you were wearing clothes and now you are not. You've got a ring of nudity. I can see your big rat balls.
Are you sure? Because I feel to my eyes, to my very perceptive rat eyes, I only have two defining features about myself. Well, three. I've got, I'm a rat. I'm a detective, so I'm very insightful, and I got big balls. Now, the only thing that I can observe about myself currently is that I am still in my clothes, so I don't know what you're saying. And you've been attacked by those slime creatures, as I documented very well in my parchment just now when I was up on the statue. So I gotta say to you, sir, with all the greatest of respect, from a rat man to a cat man, despite our differences, I do respect you and I do respect your mind, but I think you're completely wrong in this situation. I am clothed.
I like that you're having this conversation over a
I
pile
have
of
been
corpses.
I've been attacked. It is possible, certainly, that I may be hallucinating. Is it just? Am I the only person here seeing big rat balls?
And the guard says,
Somebody else bloody help
The
me
guard
out,
says,
sir.
"No, I definitely see the rat balls," and the other guard with the missing arm is too busy going, "Ah, ha, ha, ha," to answer you. He's too busy
We've got
celebrating.
two people to see my rat balls. But when I
This-
look down, I see clothes.
Large gentleman, you have many eyes. Tell me, do you see the rat ball with your big eyes?
Andy's eyes are all still closed, like out of modesty, and they're just kind of slapping their hand around, making the fun clinking noises, and being like, "I don't think it's really my place to see them."
Why do I always just imagine
you
that?
could if you wanted to.
I always just imagine that Andy is doing this with his hands. Just like, I don't know why. It just seems like it seems like something he would do.
And like hands like this, but then there's also the skeleton hand. Yes. They're always
does
kind of like slightly, everything's kind of new to them.
Does the body that's mostly legs still have, like, say, their pockets?
No, it's kind of cut. It's kind of cut just at the knee. So
Darn.
There'd be a pair of boots, but they wouldn't be worth much.
I would fit in one of those, and that's not good.
Also, he's a commoner, so you can't imagine that he had a whole lot in the way of cash. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been hanging around a well.
fair.
That's all he could. It's all he does for entertainment. He just looks down the well and waits for things to happen.
Okay, so I'm gonna give
I have no idea what potion I've handed Catman, by the way.
a potion of
I've just
a potion
given-
of minor healing. He should have it in his
Okay.
inventory. Yes, he does.
I'm just drinking it absent-mindedly.
It tastes delightful. It tastes very warm.
Excellent.
That commoner's name was actually Mac, and he's dead now.
But his balls are still showing.
Yeah.
He's still, just knees up to the legs up to the knees, and then
Yeah.
How many HP do I recover?
Which I think if you you take it in the, I think if you just click on it.
Can I just do
Yeah.
it here like this?
Yeah, use healing potion.
that.
Yeah, and then it should just, and it gives you back 3 hit points. So now you have.
Go up to 8.
Oh, yeah, there you go. It works. The wonders of modern medicine. And when you drink it, the apothecary goes, "Thank you. Please enjoy your potion."
I wave. Thank you.
Yay! We're friends now.
Andy's waving, but still with their eyes closed, so he's waving in the wrong direction.
We're good
And with the
friends.
skeleton hand.
Leon, my new friend, I cannot get past this. Do you see the rat balls?
Yep, I see them.
Thank you.
Well,
Mr. Rat, please, I must ask you to take off the bull ring. Please take off the ring. It is showing the balls.
the apothecary said it. I'll believe you. Pulls off the ring.
He took an oath not to lie about rat balls.
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness. That's
So
much better.
Radical.
Arnaldo still has the ring. And you know it does something. At the moment, you're assuming it's a ring of nudity and makes people nude.
Ring of balls. I'll put it down in my notebook.
And so are the guards both like there is one that is less sort of hysterical than the other one?
Yeah. One's just like the one that's missing an arm is like he's still in like the midst of his battle lust and just like screaming and kicking the dead slimes and like
Essentially his death throes.
Yeah.
Andy spins around, maybe accidentally hits the guard with the skeleton hand in the process.
The hysterical one or
still
the
with the eyes
non-hysterical
closed.
one?
The non-hysterical
Yeah, okay.
one.
He's like, "Oh,
Also, no one's told them to open
Uh,
their eyes.
Good sir, the rat is now modest once more. You can open your many eyes."
Yes.
A modest mouse.
A modest
Yes.
mouse.
They open them, and it is horrifying. All
Oh!
of them.
he sort of keeps his like cool when he goes, hello.
So, gesticulating with the skeleton hand.
And he just sort of dodges
would pay-
lightly.
You would pay me money to go into the well and
No,
fight
not
monsters.
into the well. The well will just take you into the sewer. And you're most likely just going to get ill. But perhaps Captain Mario would be interested in working with you to go down to the drownings.
Oh, where is this captain?
Please be the hysterical one. Please be the hysterical one.
I'm afraid it's not him. Well, he's in the precinct house on Mushroom Street.
Oh, fucking course. Would you be able to take me there? I am able to see so well, but my brain is
My brain
Not
is
so
shit.
good.
I have what they call fucked
is
brain.
I took a potion of fuck brain. You have not quite left me after all these years.
I'll happily take you there. We have to take a detour to bring Constable Toad to the
Fucking hell.
to the surgeon, but I'm sure I'll take you there. It's on the way.
Surgeon, also named Mario.
No, his name is Clyde.
His name is Bowser.
Oh, don't be silly. There's no one named Bowser. So yeah, they take you, and we're going to turn the map off for the moment. So I'll leave it on the screen, but we're not on the map at the moment. So he sort of takes you down some winding streets in the lower neighborhoods of Sared, and you stop briefly at a healing house, like a place where a surgeon and apothecary and doctor, they all kind of work together to take to do the medical needs of the city, and they take
the peasant apothecary wasn't good enough for him.
No, well, if he was good enough, he wouldn't be down here at the low market selling potions.
Yeah.
It was good enough for Arnoldo, apparently, but not good enough for the City Watch. So
It was only 3 hit points.
So they take Constable Toad inside, and the guard says, "It would be remiss of me after all you've done for us if I didn't offer you an evening in the healing houses just to get back on your feet. The troubles and the drownings are very, very severe, and I wouldn't want you going down there half cocked." Or half rat balled.
Going to fix this.
No, I'm not.
I have tried.
I'm not talking of you, my many-eyed friend. I'm speaking of the cat who still seems to be very injured.
I'm very badly hurt. Yes.
Andy did not realize that people were following them for sure.
Yes, there's 4 of you now. I'm assuming you are an adventuring party.
Potion was.
Oh yes. Liron's potions are vile. And
It tasted very nice, but
quite
I
useless.
do not think it was.
It was
It
just
was very good.
grenadine.
it may not have been a potion.
I think he might have been a homeopath.
You drank the essential oils.
Did he put any crystals on you when you saw him?
No, but.
Well, that's the
the way
first
he
mistake.
might be-
Everyone knows crystals are the best way to heal. Then he tried to give you antibiotics. Painkillers. Ooh. Come in here, we'll put many crystals on you.
He
Clinical
tried to give me
testing.
medicine for a horse.
We'll put so many crystals on you, you won't be able to stand up.
He kept telling me to do my own research.
So they lead you in. So is Arnoldo going to stay in the healing house?
I am going to go and see the doctors. Yes.
Okay. So Arnoldo goes into the healing house. The 3 of you don't need healing, but there's other kind of like amenities to avail yourselves of here. And the guard said, who introduces himself as what's his name?
Dry bones.
His
Yoshi.
name is his name is Sergeant Yoshi. And Sergeant Yoshi says, well, I can come back in the morning and collect you along with Constable Toad, and I'll take you to the Mushroom Street Wash House to see Captain Mario.
He's not available to speak with now. We have to.
Well, I thought you may want to wait until your friend, Mr. Cat, has his faculties returned to him.
I've never met this man in my life.
I don't think you quite understand.
Sheep and Dali don't do well with water.
Well, you don't have to go in the water. There's very little diving involved in it. It's mostly just luring out the beasts and giving them the old multiple spear attacks until they die.
Oh, I thought we had to wash.
The good old 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
No one in the lower city washes. You don't have to do that.
I feel like I belong as a rat.
Yes, you fit in very well as a rat.
As
Most
a
of our
wild
rats.
rat, I must say, because domestic rats are very clean, contrary to popular opinion.
Well, most of our rats here they don't speak and wear suits.
Yeah, because they're dumb.
They mostly just spread the plague.
They just don't want to pay taxes.
Do you think
Ah!
they're all wearing these special nudity ring?
It's possible.
That may be something you can investigate.
Yeah, tax fraud.
Rat tax fraud. And a nudity
And
ring.
nudity laws.
Nudity ring smuggling. So yeah, you can avail yourself of the amenities at the House of Healing. There's like a little tavern next door that's sort of exclusive to pet clients of the Houses of Healing.
Oh, good.
Arnoldo gets treated with some more decent potions and a long rest to recover his spell slots, which all of you would do as well from your. And it's on that.
Arnoldo's got that like fourth wall breaking thing where he's like, "Yes, my spell slots," and they're like, "The what? What are you talking about?"
Don't worry,
The Deadpool of our group.
my hit points are low.
I haven't got any spell slots.
Aw.
If I did, they'd be recovered.
My proverbial spell slots.
Yeah.
So,
Are there any like nurses?
yeah, there's some nurses.
I imagine they kind of like treat Arnoldo and then kind of turn to Andy and kind of fuss over them, and Andy's
Yeah.
like, "Oh no, this is just kind of how I am."
Yeah, they keep trying to put salve on your eyes.
Yeah. And I'm like, "Oh, fuck me. I'm so sorry." They can't reach his head.
So yeah, you spend the night in or around here. The city watch is grateful enough for your assistance that they kind of pay for you to spend the night here. So they look after you. And I'm going to take a moment now to take a quick break so everyone can sort of get up, stretch your legs. It'll only be like a minute or two. And
Sure thing.
then we will come back and wrap up.
You keep pulling me back here.
You
Ah,
should
we're
have done
back.
Mickey Mouse voice.
Ha-ha.
There's a murder afoot. Oh, slime. Sorry. We've just started.
This feels mocking, to be honest.
I just like how the cat snap filter can't help but smile. So like regardless of anything that happens, you're just like
The facial rigging on this thing is upsetting. It's sort of-
I love it.
the eyebrows are particularly no good.
Mac, if you'd been here for the entire stream, you would know what a quance is. But you
Yeah.
weren't, so you miss out on that.
It's on you.
So you wake up
Tequila.
the next day, and Sergeant Yoshi is waiting for you at the door to the healing houses. Arnoldo, you're completely back to your full strength.
My hit.
Hooray.
Yeah, your hit points, as you
precious
call
hit
them,
points
have been
are
returned.
I feel 17 good.
That's awful that we have the same hit points, to be honest.
The full, like, the flesh and blood Catman has the same hit points as a doll made out of straw and stuffing.
Is fragile
very
or the
fragile.
doll is fucking tanky.
Well, you've only got 23 hit points, so maybe the doll is just very tanky.
We all had less hit points than a slime. Let's maybe consider that for a second.
Okay, fair point.
The doll can't take fall damage though.
Nope,
doll-
I can't. I can be thrown as far as you want.
Yes. Yeet the doll.
Can the cat take full damage?
Yes.
I take half full damage.
What
Is
about
that
the
true?
Sheep takes full
Because I always
damage.
land on my feet.
That's amazing. I didn't know you had a feat for fall damage. That's great. So next time something you need to like jump from a high place, just
Four
toss
of them.
I considered getting Featherfall, but like I don't care about sheep that much.
You can always just summon another one.
Exactly.
So yeah, Sergeant Yoshi's waiting for you at the door, and he's like, "I hope you had a pleasant night's sleep."
Very relaxing, thank you.
I'm glad. Constable Toad is doing well. He still needs a few more days to completely recover from his severed arm, but he'll be back on the force in no
Seems
time.
reasonable.
He'll just have one arm, but there's plenty. One arm's all you need to hold a spear, as they say in the watch.
I can rebuild him. I have the technology.
Oh.
I'd like to offer to make a robot arm for this guardsman.
I would
And then I'll
accept the
explode
offer. I would accept the offer, but we've seen two of your machines and they exploded.
They did explode. That's true. They do explode sometimes.
Only when I
Will
want
you
them to.
teach this to Dali?
It's usually fine.
The explosions.
Yes.
Yeah, the explosion's normally fine.
Your doll companion would like to know how to explode things, I believe.
Yes.
Small evil doll. I can give you this power.
Thank you, Catman.
If we travel together, I will show you the ways of making things that explode but are fine.
You know the laws of adventuring say you must travel together now that you've fought two slimes.
Well,
As they
This
say.
man is promising to teach me how to explode beings. I'm going with him.
We have slime bonded now.
You say since we have to travel together because we took out the slimes, I wasn't necessarily involved in that. Therefore, am I still honor bound to travel with this group?
Yes.
Okay.
We saw your balls, small rat man.
Yes.
Oh, that's true. And
By
that's
the
a
laws
We
very-
of
have slime bounded and also ball bounded.
That's right. I completely forgot about the ball concept.
The law of two slimes and two rat balls. How could you forget?
I'm sorry.
Everything comes in
I'm a little bit hazy in the morning before I've had my coffee. Please forgive me.
You are a fool.
City Law 13.6a.
I'll go and get the laws
I
from.
believe it's
I'll go and get the
pronounced
law
coffee.
book and read it out to you if you
Right.
really need it.
No, I'm intimately familiar with the law. It's all right.
Well, good.
Intimately.
Then stop. Then stop arguing with me. You are now an adventuring band. Perhaps you would like to think of a name for your group.
The ball touchers.
Perhaps you would like to think of a different name for your group.
Perhaps you'd like to take a second, maybe even a third.
I hold up crab.
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 It's
Very
an
well.
acronym for all of the people in our party.
I christen you Crab.
Creatively reacting at balls. Crab.
Yes.
Crab.
Accepted. You are Crab. Now come now, Crab. I must take you to see the captain. And he marches off with his spear over his shoulder down the street.
We
Like to
follow.
Yeah.
Yes. Is the sheep still here? We're
Yep.
going with the sheep.
Yeah, I am on sheep. I can walk. I just don't.
Sheep just can't get outside 120 feet of Dali, or sheep will cease to exist.
I won't let sheep escape.
The sheep like walks forward, and Andy keeps trying to like touch the wool, but it keeps like trotting out of the way. And it's like, come back! I'd like to touch you. And
Wants to eat the sheep.
that's how they follow the dude.
So you walk down a bunch of like twisting and turning streets. It's kind of the early hours of the morning, so it's mostly just tavern patrons kind of passed out in the street or wandering home. And you know, some farmers carrying their goods towards the marketplace. And they're like, "No slimes today!" As they sort of march down the street towards the market. And eventually you get to this squat little stone building built up against the wall of the city. In its on like a street called Mushroom Street, which you see is called that because it's so close to it's very close to the water, and it's seeped up through the cobbles, and there's like little toadstools and mushrooms spouting out of the cracks in the cobbles from all the damp. And you can see some people sort of come out of their houses to like pick them, cut them off, and sort of put them in little bags and stuff, and harvest them. It's like a little farm for mushrooms and fungi. He sort of leads you up to the watch house, and he's like, he's just inside. I have to go about my duties. You can tell them that Sergeant Yoshi sent you, and that you are the group that stopped the slimes in the square. It's like, farewell, and he marches off. And you are faced at with the watch house. Do you go inside?
Yeah.
I knock on the door with the skeleton hand. It's like clack clack clack.
And the door kind of opens. You knock on it, you don't get an answer, but you're sort of you're invited in, and there's a halfling woman sitting behind a desk that's much too large for her. She's got a pair of glasses that are also much too large for her that magnify her eyes like to an incredible degree. And she's like, "Hello, can I help you?"
We are here to see Captain Mario.
Oh, why?
We killed 2 slimes, and so.
Oh, you've killed 2 slimes! You must be an adventuring band! Oh, but did you see the rat balls?
2 rat balls.
Wow!
Crab.
Oh, you are Crab!
Crab.
I know about... Oh, Crab! Okay, is that your name? Which one of you is Crab?
Creatively reacting at balls, yes.
Which one of you
We
is
are
Crab?
all
Oh,
Crab.
you're all Crab. You're like a band!
It's an acronym, yes.
Okay. Okay, well, so... Sergeant Yoshi sent you. He mentioned it last night. Okay.
We are clean now and full of health.
Got all your hit points back?
I have. You're the first person I've met who was the first to hit hit points. Thank you.
Yes.
Small
I have a
people.
feat that allows me to do that. And she sort of like, she picks up like a little, there's like a brass horn like fixed to the wall, and she turns and she yells into it, and she's like, "Mario, there's people here for you!" And you hear like thumping and bumping upstairs. And she's like, "He'll see you now. Go on up."
This guy better look like Bob Hoskins. That's all I'm saying.
So you head up the stairs, and it's like you find.
Is there?
Can you fucking imagine?
And we're all horrified. We just back away.
So you head up the stairs, and it's the watch house is mostly deserted. You find like this, like the rooms that will like be offices and stuff are mostly open, and they're just like there's like they're being used as storage for like tables and chairs and stuff like that. And there's no other like, but at the end of the hall there's like the watch commander, the lower city watch commander for this station. His office, and you knock on the door, and he says, "Come in." And and sitting behind the desk is a man with a large mustache, like a very sort of squat, like a bald guy. He's got a large mustache and a big nose, and he's like, "All right, it's me, Mario." I'm assuming Sergeant Yoshi sent you.
Yes. We've been highly recommended by Sergeant Yoshi.
Yes.
Yeah, he said we could come here to help you with your sewer, not the sewer, sorry, the lower end, bigger creature problem.
Yes, there's quite a lot of problems in the drownings.
Drownings.
Yes.
Forgive me, it's before
Yes.
I've had.
That's okay. So, yes, there's quite a few problems actually. I can't point you towards exactly one. All I can ask is that you go down there and do your best. I have a strong belief that something larger and more unusual has taken up residence in the waters down there. I don't know for certain. Haven't seen it, but I've heard stories from the townspeople that live in that area, and they're very concerned. They don't have much livestock down there because there's not much dry land to keep them on. But the livestock that they do have been found mold and corroded, and the fish and other game has all but disappeared. And the issue is, as Sergeant Yoshi told you, if we don't clear out the drownings, they'll continue to scare the slimes and the giant rats and the I'm sorry, but there are giant rats and they attack.
Well, perhaps I can. If you have a giant rat problem, come to me. Perhaps I can talk them down.
Well, I would be very grateful for you to do that.
Just my name's Simon. Just ask for Simon the Rat, and I'll come and deal with any big rat problems you got. I'll tell them what's up.
Thank you, Mr. Rat.
Simon, please.
Okay, Simon. But yes, and as you saw in the low market yesterday, it's not a good thing when they get flushed up there. We lost a merchant and one of the townsfolk, I believe, was killed, and Constable Toad lost his arm.
Oh.
You're saying "oh" like you? Pardon?
They do not grow new ones?
No.
Oh.
Arms don't grow back. Well, not for humans.
I offered to make him a robot one, but no, apparently it explodes.
Well, I
don't want an arm
People
that
don't want
explodes.
exploding arms.
there's no accounting for taste, Mr. Cat.
It's not.
Well, I'm glad.
But,
As
explodes, okay.
you're just muttering in the back.
I hope your dick explodes.
As Sergeant Yoshi pointed out, there's not a lot of funding for these missions, And
But plenty of fun, am I right?
yes, exactly right. Plenty of fun, the most fun you can have. And obviously,
No, but seriously, we're all going to die.
well,
None of us are as strong as a slime.
the drownings and the and the tunnels down there have long been a haven for less savory sorts, the criminals and smugglers and what have you. And I, on behalf of the Watch, would gladly turn a blind eye to any ill-gotten gains that you find down there that you would like to claim for your own, to supplement your pay for these services.
Loot.
Yes, loot.
So
That we can
keep this-
steal?
Yeah, I can keep the skeleton hand.
You can keep the skeleton hand, and yes, doll, you may steal. Not in the city proper, obviously, but down in the tunnels. You should feel free to take whatever you need.
Dali can steal.
I found a ball's ring, which I do not want. Would you like a ball's ring? I can hand it in to the relevant authorities.
A ball's ring? What is this?
It is a ring. We put it on the rat man and saw his balls. It was most upsetting.
Oh. Well, maybe you could take it to one of the shopkeepers, and maybe they can identify it for you.
I have identified it is a ball's ring.
Okay. It's nothing I've ever heard of. I'll take it if you don't want it.
I would rather not have it in my possession.
Or maybe you could give it to one of your companions.
I
I
can put it
certainly
back
would-
onto my skeleton hand.
I wouldn't mind having the ring.
I do not want to see your
the
balls
balls
again.
Rat-Man. I do not want to see any of the balls of my companions.
If it makes you feel any better, I do not have any balls, and also the skeleton does not have any balls.
That is true. Would you like this ring of balls?
Yes. Stand down. So I'm accepting the ring.
Okay, so
You get on a knee.
It should also be noted that when Dali was like, I can steal now, that hasn't stopped Dali before.
But now Dali doesn't have to hide it. Dali can just do it.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true.
Stealing,
I have a
stealing
license
many
to
things from
steal.
a dead man. Stealing many things from a dead man. I do not. I think maybe this is. I think maybe this is not a good thing to do.
I started when he was still alive. Does that change anything?
It almost makes it worse.
Well, that's all I can really offer you. Just, I can give you access to the sewer tunnels that lead down to the drownings.
I'm pretty good at navigating sewer tunnels, so that would be good.
All right, I have a key for you, and he hands the key to Simon. There you go, Mr. Rat.
Thank you.
And you can, obviously, if you need anything further, you can ask. I don't necessarily know how much I can offer you.
Have you ever seen rat balls?
Maybe? I don't, well, when I was young, we used to kill rats to, get better at the spear.
Whoa. I'm sorry. Could you say that last bit again for me?
When I was young, we used to kill giant rats to get better at the spear. It's quite a common thing.
You do not see how saying this could be insensitive, though.
Well, he
How
asked.
would you
friend, the
like?
giant rat.
Excuse me, Mr. Mario.
He asked
sir.
me. I'm just answering his question.
Excuse me, Mr. Captain Mario, sir.
Okay, we didn't kill rats then. We killed little humans.
I just have one more thing to ask you. How would you feel if I told you that in my youth I used to run around and then I'd see a little mustachioed kid and be like, kill him! Kill him! Oh my God, kill him because he's got a mustache! You know, and then we'd all nom 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 down on his body. You know, it wouldn't.
Well, we
feel so
never
good
ate the
if I
rats.
told you If I told you that all the mustachioed kids that I'd ever seen, I murdered because they just weren't like me, you know, maybe just think about that before you kill more.
I haven't
people
killed
of
a
my
rat in
kind.
years.
Well, that's good, and I hope it stays that way, Mr.
I no longer
Mario,
get
because
experience points from them.
this
Mr.
doesn't
Mario,
change.
if it makes you feel any better, I have seen so many human balls as well. And they are just as bad.
It's true. They're awful. As the only human in this room, I can say they are very bad.
Are a little bit. I personally think rat scroats are a little bit superior to human scroats because they keep the warmth better because of the fur. But that's just.
I think that is a question for the bards, sir.
Yeah. Just
There is
you
fur
watch
on
yourself.
human as well.
Guess what?
Nothing. I have seen it.
Well, I will let you go. Obviously, all we really need to do is find whatever this is that's scaring the slimes and other sewer denizens further up the pipes and put a stop to it, one way or another. Obviously, you'll be paid in response, as well as paid in whatever you might find in the sewers. I'm told there's some caches of interesting goods down there that you can steal.
Dolly
Sounds good.
gets to steal, and Dolly follow Catman to learn explosions. Dolly is very happy.
I'm glad. And how about you, multi-eyed friend?
Before we go on, I wanted to say I am so sorry for the loss of your brother.
Oh, yes, very sad.
I was
And he's
told
haunting a
about it, but
mansion now, and it's.
I hear he's doing very well.
He is.
In the meantime.
He's in a mansion.
Well, sometimes people can have it all. Yes.
Sometimes they
I
can.
accept the offer of money for violent services.
And obviously, Mr. Rat.
Hunting,
Sorry.
hunting isn't so bad. I said it's not bad.
Okay. I wasn't disagreeing with you. And Mr. Rat, I apologize for the. But I assure you, if they had been as verbose and eloquent as you, we probably would not have killed them. They mostly just
so
screeched.
it's only because they're intelligent you won't kill them. So you only killed the you people.
I don't understand. Perhaps you'd like to leave my office now.
Yes.
No,
No? Yes?
I would like to stay.
You can't stay.
Oh,
I've got lots of paperwork to do. And he just starts shuffling parchments together.
well, perhaps I will see you around, Professor Mario.
Oh, is that a joke because of all of the... Oh,
No, I just have short-term memory.
okay. Goodbye.
I have a case of the brain scramblies.
Ah.
Oh, we're gonna be great together.
And as you're getting ready
Can
to
I go and
leave...
get my... Oh,
Sorry?
No, you go.
As you're getting ready to leave, a rat, not a Simon rat, but like a more common rat, screeches and runs across the floor. And Mario just watches...
But before it goes,
Yeah.
Simon approaches it and it looks at Simon, and then it and Simon like that, and then it parts ways.
Oh. I didn't realize you were so... I didn't realize that you and these rats were the same. I thought you were like, you know, maybe a lady and a rat made to you.
Are you insinuating that my mother?
I'm not insinuating
a
anything.
human.
Please leave my office.
You are really digging yourself a hole.
I don't have visitors that often.
You need to work on your people skills.
Usually Luigi would do that. But now he's a ghost. Haunting a mansion.
Sucking off ghosts.
Sucking off ghosts. That's what he told me. I didn't ask any questions.
Probably for the best.
He's actually alive. We just pretend he's dead.
He's dead to us.
He's a friend of Peaches.
Sheep will be ordered to follow Catman wherever he goes.
Oh, there was a sheep up here. So yeah, you I think
Also,
we'll.
two robots.
Oh, and two robots. It's very crowded in the office. I think as you leave the watch house, we'll wrap it up there, and we'll call that the first episode. You've got a mission from Captain Mario, who turns out to be problematic, I guess, in his treatment of rats and his brother Luigi.
That guy was a real fantasy boomer.
We just skip town, never come back.
Yeesh.
He's just given you the job to go into the sewers and kill things.
This is fun around his house.
You've discovered
He plays lots of sports.
Mario's been cancelled by the rat folk. And you found a ring of rat balls, as you call it. That
It could be exclusive to rats. We don't know.
you haven't tested it.
It doesn't work on skeletons.
You haven't tested on anybody but Simon. So yeah, you all get experience too. You get, what experience do you get? You get. Oh, I can't find it now.
Pathfinder experience is
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
Experience.
yeah, it's weird. Like I've got to calculate it based on the monsters that you see, and then give you
And then how
Yeah.
difficult you thought the challenge was. Yeah.
So I think you get 80 because that was a moderate challenge because it was two
And
creatures
like an
of your
emotional challenge too.
two creatures of your level, so that's an 80. Yeah, so you get 80 experience each.
Excellent.
So you can put that on your sheets and stuff.
Pog.
And 1,000 experience is what you need to get to level 2.
Sorry, I just missed how much experience do we
okay.
add?
80.
80.
80.
80. Okay.
Plus, I
cool.
think you might have got some for your little conversation there as well. But I think
And
that it's
sorry, where do
that
I
it-
put experience? Like
In the top right corner
Put it-
of your sheet.
upright. Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
see. Thank you.
and give yourself another 20 for the dealing with Mario and getting the job and stuff.
Yes.
Experience
Dealing with
macro-
Mario.
Yeah, dealing with
A tenth of
with
the way there.
In a mere 10 sessions, we will be at level 2.
Well, usually you'd probably fight some more things. It's more just this was
Yeah.
kind of a training, and you did spend a lot of time talking about rat balls and seeing what the ring did.
I stole things.
Stealing crab, and you probably would have cut through those slimes a bit quicker if two of the party weren't hiding for half the fight.
Yeah. But if anyone ever doubts that it happens, we've got evidence.
Yeah.
Although that could be thwarted by the fact that, like, why do we trust the rat?
I think the sheep gets experience based on I think the sheep
I
gets
think it levels with me.
yeah, based on what Haunted's
Well,
at.
that's a good point. Does Haunted get XP for crab theft?
I did steal 2 of them. And defeated 1, if we count eating as defeating.
Do I get experience for going into a barrel and then up on a statue?
You get experience for public indecency.
Well, thank you everybody for coming and watching. This is our Sunday game. I'm hoping everyone that was in the game had a lot of fun.
It was so much fun.
I enjoyed it quite a bit. I like running Pathfinder. I need to learn a bit more about it. And I'm also... So Shadowrun will be happening on Tuesday this week instead of Monday. So not tomorrow, but the day after. Because of Chimp. And...
Sorry.
And then next Monday we will have hopefully have our premiere of our next game. Which is something I need to talk with APOM about. Yes, and then that's it. So I'm going to raid Inkmo now, because we all like Inkmo.
Sure.
Is it Inkmo _? I can't remember what Inkmo's...
Yeah, Inkmo_.
Yeah, so we'll raid
That's the
Inkmo.
one.
Yeah, and so yeah, and if anybody's got any suggestions, jump on the Discord.
Raid message, something about rat balls.
Yeah.
Balls.
Just say rat balls, yeah.
Okay.
When I say ring of rat balls, that's...
Ring of rat balls.
That's somehow more sinister.
A Johnny Cash song, right?
This was so much fun.
Yes.
Alright, thank you
I also
everybody.
realize I'm giving myself so much work putting eyes on every week, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Well, if you ever get sick of it, you can just sort of put the mask up and be like, I'm the mask today.
Make a Snapcam
Yes.
filter like I did.
Yeah, that's smart actually.
Ring of rat balls.
Ring of rat
Right.
balls.
Goodbye everyone.
Rat balls.
Bye, friends.
Bye.
Bye bye.